Hello, my dear friend. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing great. I wanted to share with you a message that I got today from my daily reading from Matthew chapter 6. And the message goes, you've heard it before, right? Lay not up for yourselves treasures upon the earth, where moth and rust consume, and where thieves break through and steal, but lay up for yourselves treasures in heaven, where neither moth nor rust does consume, and where thieves do not break through nor steal. For where your treasure is, there will your heart be also. Where your treasure is, there will be your heart also. And what are the things that where moths consume? You know, moths, like little bugs? Well, traditionally, moths can consume clothes that are stored away in a closet somewhere. Moths can go in and eat away. I don't know how that works, but apparently that's what I heard. That moths can devour clothes when they're just stored away somewhere. Makes sense, I guess. And what about rust? Rust also consumes. What can rust consume? Well, cars. They didn't have cars back then when this was written. But anything metallic that's exposed to the elements can oxidize and decay. Rust, right? Cars, man. It's a horrible, horrible investment. It just goes to zero over the span of about 10 years, unless you're getting some kind of collectible car and you're keeping it in pristine condition. Where the thieves break through and steal, houses, they break through and they steal, mostly in rich houses. So if you got a modest house, you're probably doing okay. If somebody saw my house from the exterior, there's not much to steal in here except books. But if they break in and steal those big rich houses down in the rich neighborhoods, you're making yourself a target for thieves, right? And so how can I store up treasures in heaven where there's no moths, there's no rust, and the thieves can't break through and steal? How can I do that? I think there's a few ways, right? If you have any ideas, maybe you can share them with me in the notes below, or if you make a comment and say, what do you think is a place where there's a treasure in heaven? Now, earlier, just a few verses earlier, instructions say, when you fast. It says, when you fast, don't show everybody that you're fasting. It doesn't say if you fast. So one of the treasures that we have that is sort of unseen is the treasure of our health, right? You can't really see it. Somebody can't really take it away from you unless they kill you. But it's not in heaven. It's on the earth. But it is kind of a virtual treasure. And so it's telling you when you fast. In other words, by inference, we should fast every once in a while. And that allows us to build treasure in heaven, because when you're fasting, you're practicing self-denial. So it's not, I don't think it's so much the physical benefit. Yeah, there's a physical benefit too, but the body is just going to pass away and decay anyway. It's not in heaven. But the fasting allows us to practice self-discipline, self-denial, and then during that time of fasting, you can often build up treasure in heaven through your communication with God, through praying. And so you're communicating with God, you're fasting, and you're in the process of building treasure in heaven, because those prayers and that meditative time and contemplative time will be recorded in heaven. That can't be taken away from you, right? So when you fast, it's an ideal opportunity to build treasure in heaven. Does it make sense? So just a few verses prior to that, it says, when you fast, don't let people know you're fasting. And the same thing he says when you pray. It says don't announce that you're praying on a street corner, but instead go into your inner chamber. This is also from Matthew chapter 6. Go into your inner chamber, close the door, pray to your Father in your secret, and your Father who sees in secret will reward you. So the answer essentially, and then it actually gives you the Lord's Prayer, the Our Father, as in heaven, so on earth. And so the answer to laying up treasure in heaven is actually given a few verses before that. And some people will interpret this different ways, right? laying up treasure in heaven. You do something for somebody, you give. Maybe you give something anonymously, and then you're kind of building treasure in heaven. That's one way to do it, right? Some people may even go so far as to say, well, virtual currencies now is all the rage, somebody can't steal it because it's protected. Where there's a will, there's a way. There's always a way for people to steal, as long as it's related to this reality, right? So that's a bit of a stretch. But the answer, I believe, is given earlier in Matthew chapter 6, right? And saying that your Father who sees in secret shall recompense thee. So that when we pray in secret to our Father, he will reward us. Whether that's in this reality, the next reality, it doesn't really matter. Because since we're building that treasure in heaven, that doesn't go away. We can build a permanent treasure by fasting, going into our inner closet, and asking the Father for what do we ask? It's contained within the Lord's Prayer, right? We ask for forgiveness. We ask that as in heaven, so on earth. We ask for daily bread, so daily sustenance. All those things we ask. And of course, we ask for more of his Spirit, right? That we might have victory in all things. So Matthew chapter 6 is a powerful, powerful message that's in there. But it seems like it's kind of, you gotta go forward and then back up again. It seems to me you gotta see that instruction and then say, now what's the answer of building treasure in heaven? And it's actually given just a few verses before, so you kind of got to put the brakes on, back up, and say, oh, that's laid right out right there. It's showing me how to build treasure in heaven, all in Matthew chapter 6. It's really a remarkable chapter. Anyway, I thought I'd share that with you because it did kind of jump out at me today. I hope that you're doing great. I hope that you're getting fresh air, that you're happy, and that you're doing well, and that you're spending time with people you love. And yeah, it's a crazy world we live in. There's a lot of crazy stuff going on. It can be wonderful and fun, but we should make sure that we're staying close to the Word so that we can get those inspirations on a daily basis. Daily bread. What does that mean again? Daily bread? Is it just like food? Like whole wheat? And no. Man shall not live by bread alone, but by every word that proceedeth forth from the Father, right? So if we're having daily food from the Father, daily words from the Father, that will allow us to live, won't it? The words of God are so encouraging, and they're so, they fill my spirit. If I don't have it, my spirit will start starving in a very short period of time. But I'm so thankful for his words, and I hope that you're happy, that you're doing well. I pray you're doing good, and I love you very much. So have yourself a fantastic day. I'm not going to go on and on and on and on like I usually do. Okay? Be good. Thank you for watching. Please share, like, subscribe, or whatever the people say when they make videos on YouTube these days, okay? Or wherever it is, Rumble, or wherever you happen to see this video in the future. Maybe far into the future, if you see this video and I'm not here anymore, I still love you very much. I'm looking down from heaven watching, saying, be good. Stay in the Word. Feed on the Word, a little bit of his Word every day, some way, somehow, so that your spirit will maintain its strength to overcome this crazy world that we're in that's trying to bombard us with negativity and so on and so forth. Be careful of the negativity. It's everywhere you look, but within the Word, you can see how to build treasure in heaven, how to strengthen your spirit, how to stay sane in an insane world. Okay? God bless you. I love you. Talk to you again real soon. Take care of yourself. Bye-bye now.